I had no idea.
Yeah, Aubrey's coming back, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about.
Can you talk about what she would mean to having her back, just seeing what she's gone through?
It means everything to have Aubrey back. She's been a part of this program for a long time now, so she knows what it's all about. She's a huge part of this team, regardless if she was playing or not. But just like to see what she's gone through and how much she's overcame and how she's handled it and how she's battled it and how she's let nothing stop her and get in her way of being who she wants to be as a player and as a person as well. It means everything to see her have this opportunity and get back to what she loves doing.
How valuable would it be to have her back, especially on defense? Because we see what KK can do, what you guys are doing with the press, and just having Aubrey and her length and speed.
Yeah, even before her injury when she was playing last year, the years before, she changes the game entirely with her versatility and what she can do on both ends of the floor. And just her energy, her getting in passing lanes, deflections, her ability to guard 1 through 5 really, and what she does for us on offense, creating second opportunities, being aggressive, running in transition, and just doing everything that Aubrey does. It'll be huge.
Been getting a lot of support from Aubrey and from Caroline as they go through this. How important is it to see your teammates that are bought in no matter whether they're able to play or not?
Yeah, it's huge. It speaks to the program and what the coaches have built here at UConn and how everybody is important. 5 minutes, 35 minutes, 0 minutes. You're redshirting, you're playing the whole entire year. Everybody has an impact and everybody plays a role and everybody's just as important as the next one.
It's not totally about you, but unrivaled tip-off today. How excited are you to play next year in that league and just to see it kick off today?
Very excited. I think it's obviously a great moment for the game, a great unique opportunity for women's sports, women's basketball. Just to have this league, have a different opportunity playing 3-on-3 basketball, 1-on-1 basketball, and just another form of entertainment. It'll be fun to watch. I'm excited to see how it goes.
You have a stake in the league. I mean, what have you liked about what you've seen from them so far just in the lead up to starting this whole thing?
I think really the investment, the partnerships with them, the investment, how much they're pouring into those women who are part of the league, who have stakes in the league, who have ownership and equity in part of the league, and just how important they're treating it. It's not just a for fun league in the off season for them to make money and have an opportunity to play, but it's really an opportunity to grow the game. And they poured everything into it, have their own facility, great lifting or a weight room, recovery stuff, and they're treating them very nicely. So it's a great start to the league, and I'm excited to watch.
As an elite scorer, what impresses you about AZ, and how close do you think she is to being her true self again?
I think just her ability to score at all 3 levels. Everybody knows her as a shooter, but she's much more than that. She has a great mid-range game, can get to the rim and finish. She's very strong, sneaky strong. I think as each game goes by, she's looking more and more like herself.
She was just asked about the first time she remembers playing with you or against you with USA basketball. She said, "There's no way that girl's beating me out for that spot." Do you remember that stretch, and what were your impressions of her the first time you were either guarding her or throwing passes to her?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like she was more worried about me. I don't even really remember her in tryouts, so we were on the same team. But I didn't even realize we were fighting for the same position at that point. I was just trying to make the team as whatever. But then as we made the team, we were like the first and second people off the bench, and we really just bonded and played extremely well off each other starting then. And then obviously it just grew as years went by.
What age was that?
What age? I think I was going to be a sophomore and she was going to be a freshman.
What about now? How special is it when you're out there together? You guys know each other so well.
Yeah, it's just like what we've been wanting to do since 9th and 10th grade, wanting to continue to play with each other and build off that. And we haven't had a lot of opportunities to do so, so we never want to take it for granted now.
It's not about you, but do players in general care about milestones?
I mean, I feel like each person has their own individual outlook on it. I honestly didn't even know I was 6 points away until after last game. I had no idea, I had no idea it was such a big deal. But honestly, I think when you come here, you kind of put individual milestones and achievements. Obviously, you have goals for yourself and what you want to be that year and how you can be the best version of yourself for the team. But I think everything around here, everybody around here is very team oriented.
Any baskets you've scored in your career that really just stick in your mind?
Obviously the one from my freshman year against South Carolina went bounced and went back in.
Coach did the same one.
Yeah, that was the one at Tennessee my freshman year. My shot was shooting like I probably was 2 for 13 at that point, and then I made the 3. The one at North Carolina this year, I enjoyed that one. I don't know, I've had some fun ones.
Paige, have you ever had a true buzzer beater anywhere?
I don't know. I don't think I've had I've had one to get into overtime. That was a layup way, way back in AAU. It's probably like 8th or 9th grade. I don't know about a true buzzer beater. That would be cool.
So what would you want your 2,000 point to be? What type of a shot would be a quintessential shot that you'd like it to be? You know?
I feel like a free throw would be pretty ironic because I don't get many of those.
That's exactly what AZ said.
But more like end of the first quarter buzzer beater would be cool.
Did you come here wanting to be the best player in UConn history? I mean, is that kind of the way you need to approach when you come here?
Yeah, I think definitely just wanting to be the best is the mindset I've always had, and a lot of people who come through these doors have. But that comes with winning championships. You have Stewie, who's won 4, Dee, Sue, Maya, who've won plenty, and many more who've won a lot. So in order to be the best here, you really have to win a national championship. And so that's always the goal, coming here and just wanting to be the best.
When you finish a game, do you remember the shots you made or the shots you didn't make?
Definitely the ones I didn't make. Yeah, I have a pretty good memory on those.
Paige, you mentioned getting to the free throw line. And I know you're trying to. We see that in games. But do you have to kind of walk that line where, yes, you try to force contact, but yet at the same time you're still trying to produce points? And maybe you're so doggone efficient, though. You're not going to take a bad shot, but you're trying to force contact. That fine line where whether it goes in or not affects your game. I don't know if I'm getting the point across.
There's times when I'll be able to shoot before the contact occurs, and I like those shots because I feel open, and every time I feel open, I feel like I'm able to hit that shot. But then there's times where I have to create the contact in order for me to get my shot off. So knowing the balance between when should I create the contact and when should I just pull up or not over-penetrate and just take an easier shot. And that also depends on who's guarding me. Again, like the best way to get the best player on the other team out of the game is get them in foul trouble, so that's always something you keep in mind as well. But definitely a balance between both.
Contrary to what you said about needing to win a championship to become the best, Coach was making the argument earlier that, you know what, you've played well enough to be on that Mount Rushmore regardless of championships. Are you pleased with the way you've played? Not necessarily not having a title, but are you pleased with how you've developed here?
Yeah, I think I've gotten much better as a player here, and it's not just who I am on the basketball court, but as a person and as a leader as well. And I've given everything. I just have such a sense of gratitude and pride wearing the UConn uniform and how blessed I am to be here. And I never want to take it for granted. And that comes with every game, leaving everything out on the floor and leaving nothing up to chance, and just enjoying it and having fun.
What do you feel like was your biggest takeaway last year from playing out of position and not necessarily in that guard role?
I think physicality is one that I took away. Obviously being in more of a power forward position, having to guard in the paint, rebound, box out, and just be aggressive on both sides of the floor. I think I can do a better job of crashing the glass on both sides of the board. So I'll probably say that.
Paige, have you reached the point where you kind of free yourself from thinking about what happened in the past, or thinking, the injuries or whatever, or thinking about comparisons to anybody else, and you're just kind of in the moment where your feet are and thinking about the next 3 months? Have you reached that point?
Yeah, I think I've done a lot of growing in terms of my mindset and my mentality as well. of staying in the present. No past game, no past missed shot, no past turnover affects what I'm doing right now. It only affects you if you let it affect you. And then not looking too far forward into the future and just trying to capture every single day as it is and be the best version of yourself every single day, and conquer each day being the best. You can't continue to grow for the future if you don't grow right now. And so definitely I think there's a balance of staying anxious, wanting to get better for the future, but also staying present in the moment and capturing that as well.
Coach talks about how much your offense as a team can change when there's movement and when there isn't movement. When the ball is moving, the players are moving. Why does that happen out on the court where you get stagnant all of a sudden? Because you guys are all so talented and like to play that unselfish basketball.
Yeah, I think we just need to stop getting stuck when we don't get our first and second opportunities and first and second looks in our offense, and continue to keep playing throughout the third look, the fourth look. Like, we should never stop moving, never stop cutting, never stop screening until we get a wide open jump shot. So I think a little bit is just it getting stuck on one side of the court, us not getting the first option in our offense, and what do we do after that? And then just attacking when there's shooting when you're open, attacking when they're closing out hard, and just taking those opportunities.
Going back to Dom's question, just about staying in the moment, I mean, how do you teach yourself to do that? Is that not going on social media? Like, you didn't know you were 6 points away. Is that not reading stuff about you? Like, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, not getting too caught up in the opinions of others. I have stayed off of social media quite a bit this season, just because what you don't see can't hurt you. And the only people that are really important to this team's success are the people that are in this building. And we're with each other every single day. We talk every single day. So that's truly all that matters. And when you start reading things, getting the opinions of others, you second guess yourself. You get confused with all these different voices that are coming in from all different types of directions. So just staying true to yourself and what you know and the people around you that are important to every single day life. Stick to that.
Paige, what about the consistency that Sarah has shown? What are we, 18, 19 games into the season? And she's just so consistent in a lot of phases of her game. What's it like playing with her?
It's great because you know what you're going to get every single night, and an extremely unselfish teammate, somebody who's always going to be on the boards, who can hit the open person every single time, makes the right play, makes the right pass, and can score at will. So you know every single night what you're getting from Sarah, and that's extremely important in a team.
Who's a better passer?
Me or you?
No.
Sarah. I'll give it to Sarah.
A lot's changed since you came here with the NIL. What are your thoughts on the future for the next Paige Bueckers with all the opportunities that are here with the 3-on-3 stuff with the NIL? You feeling pretty good about where things are for women athletes?
Yeah, I think the direction of women's basketball, women's sports in general is heading in a great way. And I think we can continue to build on it, continue to, as athletes, just take advantage of these opportunities, but also not get carried away and still be a college student, still go to classes, still enjoy hanging out with your friends, still enjoy being a college kid, but also start building for your professional life, your outside of college life, and build wealth, and build opportunities, relationships, partnerships. I think it's a great balance to have both. I think, we're heading in the right direction.
Has it been eye-opening, everything that's happened since you got here with the stuff outside the basketball?
Yeah, NIL happened extremely fast, and it went from 0 to 100, nothing, you couldn't do anything, and then you could do almost everything. And so definitely happened fast, but having the right people around you and having the right priorities is important.
You've been so humble and consistent about not caring about individual awards and feats, but you could become the fastest player ever in UConn history to 2,000. Doesn't that kind of register with you, make you feel something about yourself?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy to hear, but then I'm talking to Coach yesterday, and Maya's got 3,000, so it's like you look everywhere around and they'll humble you yourself. So obviously I'm grateful, extremely blessed, and it's kind of surreal to think about all the people that have passed through here and my journey and how I've came to be where I am, and I guess that's a pretty cool feat, I would say. Got to get there first.
What did it mean to you to see Clint Capella wearing your shoe?
Yeah, it was really cool. I saw it on Instagram the other day. very cool. I thought it was very nice of him to do that. I hope he liked them. That's it.
Speaking of that, you're wearing Sabrina's shoe now. How, like, compared to her, like, you guys, you know, she's another college basketball player now, NBA champion.
Yeah, her shoes are very comfortable as well. I like her shoes.
Was Maya your favorite player growing up watching the Lynx?
Yeah, I would definitely say Maya was. She was who I wanted to be like, and who I saw growing up, and whose shoes I wanted to fill. And just the way she played, it was amazing to watch. And I really enjoyed it as a kid.
Is 2000 something you'll celebrate at all, or is it just kind of another day, another game?
No, honestly, just want to win for sure.